Well, Coach, it's good to have Perrymon back. You said you might have played him a little bit too much on Saturday. He was in there for 24 minutes. Do you anticipate him starting this week at all?
We're going to see how the week goes. We've just had one practice this week so far, so we'll see how he does. We practiced yesterday. He did good. He was fine. He came through the game good. So if he continues to progress, he was our starter when he got hurt, and you can't have control over that. So yeah, we might see him in the starting lineup.
Expect to keep Ark in that starting lineup with tight end?
Again, we'll see. It doesn't look like Egbert going to make it back. Ark's had been playing really well. So, there's a possibility of that too.
Make it back this season, you mean, for time?
No, make it back this week.
Oh, okay. So you do expect him to play again this season?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's just a badly sprained ankle. There's no fractures. There's no breaks. It's just part of basketball injuries. I mean, he's a nasty ankle right now, but he's making a lot of progress.
Is maybe something like that what Ark and Nashawn maybe needed to get going and to be a little bit more consistent?
Well, I don't know. Ark's had to battle through injuries all year long, and so I don't know if that's something that makes him get going, but that's probably a question for them. But I'm glad that Nashawn stepped up and played well. I thought he played well, and I thought Nashawn's been playing pretty good the last 2-3 weeks.
Can a strong road trip maybe propel you to a strong finish overall?
Well, it sure help us. Yeah, because it's our last road trip of the year, and every game's important when you're playing in February and March, and so that's how we're going to approach it. We're going to approach it one game at a time, but we're going to approach it like, hey, we need to play our best basketball because that'll prepare us. The best we can be prepared as we head into March, which is the most important time of the season.
Yeah, I mentioned after Saturday's game, surrendered a double-double to Bernstein, but still getting to win. Cameron Forte, the guy put up a big double-double last time. Can you maybe afford to give up another big night but still get a win there?
Well, I don't know. On paper, it doesn't look that way. We got to do a good job on Forte. He's a load. He's a good player. He's really good scoring his basketball. He shoots a great percentage. He's a very good rebounder. We've got to do a good job on him. I never want to say never. We can't do that. But he's obviously got to be a focus of ours.
How does having Ty out affect how you defend Forte?
Well, it always affects your defense when you lose your biggest guy. What we've been doing all year long is we got plenty of good players, and what I've told the guys all along, it's no matter who we got, no matter where we're playing, no matter what time we play, or if we're playing in the parking lot at Moscow High School, we're going to go in and approach the game the same way. So we're not going to worry about the things we don't have. What we are going to worry about is the things we have, and we're going to prepare our butts off and play as hard as we possibly can.
You mentioned Jake and Pat after Saturday's game. You mentioned Jake had a big night, barely plays Saturday. Perrymon returns, Pat doesn't play at all. How do you have to say something to those guys to kind of keep them mentally ready? Knowing that they go from kind of big roles to maybe nothing at all.
Oh, that's part of this deal. Yeah, of course you talk to them. I have weekly meetings with every player and talk to them about where they're at and what they're doing, and their job as players is to make me look bad if I don't play them. And so when they get their opportunities, they need to play well. And both those guys have done a good job of that. And it's, to answer your question, it's just kind of a feel thing for me. I don't go in predetermined. Pat's not going to play, Jake's going to play. I don't do that. It's kind of a feel thing and who's playing well. And I thought that when Pete came in the game, he had a lot of impact on our team. And if you look at the plus and minus at the end of the game, we're plus 11 when he's out there. I say, to answer, I say something to them, but they know it's part of the deal, and what their job is to do is to get ready to play, get prepared, and take what comes at them.
What does it say about guys like specifically Pat? You mentioned him being just as happy as everyone else. Even though his role goes from the most minutes he's played all year to nothing.
Yeah, it shows the character that Pat Ingram has. He's a great kid. One of my favorites. As my wife said, he's one of the nicest kids we've ever had in this program. Good kid, good person. And it just says a lot about his character and his family and how he's raised, and I appreciate the way Pat handled that situation.
What did you learn about him as a player in the time he did get extended minutes?
Well, Pat's really explosive going to the rim. He can dang sure play at this level from that aspect, and he's a good defender. And what we've got to make, what he's got to do is continue to do that, continue to practice hard every day, and continue to grow and improve. And he'll do that because he's a good person. So, but that's what I learned. He has the ability to be an elite defender. He has the ability to take the ball to the basket against anybody in this conference.
Is Skyler still a member of the team in good standing?
He is not.
No. How long has he not been part of the team?
Like Wednesday of last week.
Violation of rule?
Nope.
He got
Coach's decision.
Can you elaborate on why he
No,
get rid of
it's
that?
between him and I.
Anything else for Coach, guys?
Are you guys good? All right, thanks. We'll see you when we get back.
Appreciate it.
Yep.